Hello, hello, hello. So excited to have you with us for today's Reshape Method graduate review. Let's just check that you can see us, that you can hear us, that all the tech is working.
Right.
One sec. It is snowing like crazy here today. I don't know where you are in the world.
It's not snowing here.
Not?
We were supposed to get snow, but apparently it passed us by. I'll take it.
Amazing, amazing, amazing. So let me know if you can hear us in the chat, if you can see us in the chat and hear us in the chat, and then we will get started because we have a very exciting Reshape Method review to share with you today. So Jordana, Lisa, if you can hear us okay and see us okay, please let us know in the chat. And I am going to hit record and we can get started.
Awesome.
So hello, everybody, and welcome to today's Reshape Method graduate review. This is a very, very special day because first of all, I have Reshape Method graduate extraordinaire, Jackie Denewitt, coming to speak to us today about her experience in the Reshape Method. And also, it is my 53rd birthday. Woo, woo, woo.
Yay,
So
happy birthday.
I hope you brought some cake. Thank you, Jackie. And let me bring Jackie onto the screen and we will get started. So, before we start with Jackie, some people may be thinking, well, what is the Reshape Method anyway? What is it that Jackie's going to be telling us? And so just briefly, I'll just share that with you for a minute. So my name is Tracy Sider, and I am a pain and shape movement specialist and creator of the Reshape Method, which is my radically different personalized movement method to help professional women 40 plus like me and Jackie, get our stiff, achy, stuck behind screens bodies feeling so strong, supple, and pain-free, so that you have the energy, strength, and focus to show up every day, ready to crush your life and work goals. Because the Reshape Method it's a simpler, smarter, science-based way to get and stay in shape and lose the body aches now and well into the future without the sweat, pain, or time suck of traditional exercise. So Jackie, welcome. Let me hand over to you and tell us about your experience in the Reshape Method. Let's start with what you are feeling now so that people know what's possible.
Well, I mean, I'm going to have to give a little background, but I'll tell you how I'm feeling right now is just unlike anything I've ever felt before. So I feel pain-free, I mean, which is something I'll hit on that in a minute, but is unusual for me in my life because pain has kind of been a hallmark of my life. I'm also lighter, like physically, lost 40 pounds, which for me, that's always been a struggle. Like, so that's a big deal for me. But I think the best thing about like how I'm doing right now is the ease that I walk through life with. I feel so much lighter. I feel so much better. I feel like the results that I've experienced have kind of transcended into every piece of my life and everything that I do. I feel like I'm a little better at just because of what I experienced within the program.
That is incredible. That is incredible, right? Not only having a transformation of your body and feeling just awesome in your body, but how that translates into your life, into your personal life, into your work life, into even your future goals and dreams and what you think can even be possible for you. So maybe tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I mean, in the way that I like over the past couple of months, even more so, like my confidence has improved like tremendously, which is a direct result of this program. And I don't think people may realize that when you move differently, and when you are aligned differently, like literally physically aligned differently.
Right, because that's what we're doing in the program, right?
Exactly.
On alignment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you do that, And also, I mean, I don't think it's just the alignment, like the sleep things that you teach in there, the stress things, all of those like kind of put together, set you on a trajectory so that the future of your life like just seems so much brighter. Like, you know, when you're kind of in a state of pain all of the time, or you're struggling with weight loss or with exercise programs, like the traditional ones, like the future just kind of seems like a far off thing that you aren't very excited about because you're struggling where you are right now. And when that's lifted, amazing things happen. And so I'm personally super excited about the future. I feel confident, inspired, and like ready to roll all the time.
Fantastic. And can you tell us about how that is like translated, some examples of how that's translated into your professional life and into your personal life?
Yeah. I mean, I think personally, we would travel quite a bit. And I never really, and this is going to sound, and I hope a lot of people can understand this, but like traveling never sounded like fun to me because I felt out of shape. I felt uncomfortable. I was so achy, and we like to do fun, exciting things, you know? And so I never looked forward to it. And that's terrible. And so that's a piece of my life that like, I felt like I was really missing out on. And now I'm like, I've got all my trips planned for the rest of the year. I'm ready to go. I can't wait. And I'm excited about it. I'm ready to show up in my life. Like the way that I've kind of been missing out. And the same way in my business life. I'm a tech person. So for people that don't know, I work kind of behind the scenes. And I've always kind of, when you work behind the scenes, you kind of let yourself disappear in a way.
Yeah.
And I was okay with that. But as I've kind of grown in my business and my endeavors, like I didn't want that anymore. I wanted to be out from behind the screen. But again, when you're in a state of pain or unhappy with the way that you look, it's not like something that you really look forward to. And now I can't wait. I have events scheduled. I have all kinds of plans to be on stage and do things in front of people. And I never would have done that before this.
Wow. That's huge, right? And that's a bit of my personal story as well, because I worked as an editor, so I was stuck behind screens. I didn't really want to get out there in front of people, and now I'm like out there in front of people every day.
Right.
But I didn't want to get out there, right? Because of similar issues that I was feeling, which is how I, came to this more alignment way of moving and then developed the Reshape method. But let's just touch on some of the actual, like you told us like some specific changes that you've experienced. Let's talk a little bit about that. Let's start by just clearing up the weight loss thing, okay? Because you lost 40 pounds, which is incredible. But the Reshape method is not a weight loss program. And I say that all the time. So tell us how that happened.
And, I honestly, when I went into this, I was looking to feel better. So before I met you, probably 5 or 6 months before I met you, I was hospitalized for a month, and all kinds of things went wrong. So I was on oxygen. I came home on oxygen. My heart rate was elevated. And when I got home, the active version of me before this happened, like I wasn't okay with being at this place in my life. And so I wanted things to change immediately. So as soon as I was able to, I went back to the traditional like diet and exercise programs. And I was doing all of these crazy, hardcore things. And like,
what were you doing?
Now I know, like destroying my body. Yeah. Right.
What were you doing? Give us some examples.
So I was, and I'm actually going to I was doing like HIIT training and all these really high intensity cardio things. And, right after an illness like that, that first of all was not the smartest thing. But I remember right before we had our call where I joined the program, I was on a treadmill and I was running, and my heart rate went so high that I actually thought I was having a heart attack. So I was like, that I knew then that something had to change, and that all these things that we see in our Facebook feeds and everything about like diet and exercise programs, like it's just not going to work for me. And I knew that Tracy was doing something, and I knew that my body needed love. It needed not to be punished in the way that like traditional exercise programs really teach you, that like you need to punish your body like in so many different ways. And if you are like, the phrase slow down to speed up is the best way I can describe the Reshape method for me. And when I looked at it, I was like, okay, I could definitely use, I have struggled with autoimmune disorders in the past, and I could definitely use the alignment, all of that kind of stuff. And it was tough for me in the Reshape method at first, because I was used to like, if I'm not like on a treadmill running like crazy and doing all these crazy things, right, is it even working?
It was tough because it was so easy. You mean it was tough to have belief in the
that this is enough, right? Because you are like, you think it has to be more. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to give us a fair shake. I'm going to just do it. I'm going to do all the exercises prescribed in there, go through everything, and just give this a really fair shake. And honestly, this is going to sound crazy, but I just started eating better because of it. I felt better. I started eating better. I started moving more because I felt that's, I think, the key to the weight loss is I started moving more. I started being so much more active than I had ever been before. And by activity, I'm not talking about like running marathons or doing anything like that. Just literally living life, going out, doing things, being more active. And that was really, I think, the big thing, because I had been super sedentary. Like, sure, I'd do the 45 minutes a day of the HIIT workouts, but other than that, I was sedentary. And this program really shows you why like that doesn't work. You have to have a different approach to everything you're doing. And the Reshape method was exactly what I needed. And it was totally doable. Like totally doable. Most times when you try programs that are supposed to help you with weight loss or just reshaping or whatever it is, like it's not sustainable. This was 100% sustainable the entire way through. And I looked forward to every week. So,
well,
fantastic. It was a mouthful.
Fantastic. No, thank you. Because really that is how I designed it. It's a whole body, whole being transformation. I'm giving you a step-by-step process to move from an exerciser mindset to a mover mindset. It's not an exercise program. So how would you describe it if it's like you do exercise, but it's not an exercise?
It's a movement program. And that's really what it is. I mean, and I think it's also, it reset my mind in the way that I move throughout my day. And I think we talked about this before, but like the way that I approach my entire day is different because I move differently. I'm more conscious of the way that I move. And I make better decisions throughout my entire life because of that. And the exercises, no, they're not traditional exercises like you would see like in a gym or something like that. But they're movement-based like exercises. I call them flow. Like it's my daily flow when I do my flow. And it feels like I'm just moving, not necessarily exercising, but moving in a way that where after I feel refreshed, I feel ready to go. I look forward to them. Yeah. And I don't feel drained. When I would do like one of those other workouts for the rest of the day, I felt like I needed 100 naps.
Right. And those kind of exercises actually make us hungrier, and we generally land up overeating for the amount of calories that we burned. Right.
Totally. Yeah.
Yeah. So tell us, what were some of your hesitations about starting the program?
Well, my biggest hesitation was that I was of the mindset that I needed to do all of these things in order to get to where I wanted to be. So I needed to do like 60 minutes of cardio or like weightlifting and like doing all of these things. I felt like I had to do those things. And so for me, it was a habit break. Totally. I had done that actually my entire life. Ever since I was diagnosed with an autoimmune disorder, I got into exercise, probably not the right way. Obviously, I know that now. But I was an exerciser. Like I was totally bought into the exercise industry where you have to do all of this crazy stuff. I was always jumping on new trends, trying new things, doing all of these crazy things. And now I know, especially after you learn how your body is supposed to move, what I was doing to my body was just so out of alignment with how we're actually supposed to be as humans. So that was the hardest thing, was my mindset of like, is this enough? Am I doing enough? But then as I jumped on the scale every week, I was like, okay, obviously something is working here. And I feel 100% better. Like,
tell us a bit about that. Like, what aches and pains did you have? And you also mentioned that how is your autoimmune issue managing now? Have you seen an improvement?
Right. Absolutely. So I always have had issues with my extremities. So my hands and my feet have always hurt. And when I would do harder core exercises, like they really hurt. Like for the rest of the day, they really hurt. And I would heating pads and all of the things at night, try to make it better. I figured it was just part of the thing. And like, especially the walking part of this, I'm not sure how familiar everybody is with this, but learning how to walk correctly, if I even went for a walk, I had pain in my feet. And I would say probably about 6 weeks into it, gone. No pain in my feet when I was walking, no pain when I woke up in the morning. I wasn't stiff. And, during that time, I was going through where I would have these autoimmune flares. And ever since then, they just haven't come back. And so I haven't had to put all of this medicine into my body anymore because I just don't have the pain anymore. And my doctor is like, what are you doing? So
I love it. I love it. Right. Because it really is a little bit of magic, but it's not really, it's just science. It's just biomechanics made easy.
Yeah. It's so contrary to what everybody would have you to believe. And I am so thankful that I came across this program, because I honestly, at the state I was in with my heart rate, that's the other thing. I guess I didn't mention that one of my results is my resting heart rate has gone down dramatically. So when I got out of the hospital, it was high, like dangerously high, like 100, like really, like it wasn't really, I don't know if that's really good or bad, but I know it's not great. And now I'm into the high 60s, low 70s, and it keeps going down. And for me, that was huge, and I think, I could be wrong, but I think it's because I'm not overstressing my body. And the path that I was going on before this, I was just on the path of continuing to stress my body, push it to its limits. And I'm not sure that I would have been able to, without medication, get my heart rate down to where it's better for me.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it really is possible to you're like almost aging backwards, right?
Exactly.
How old are you, if you don't mind?
I am 44.
Right. That is brilliant. That is a really just fantastic way to move forward with the rest of your audacious aging journey. So if you can tell us a little bit about the strength aspects that you've gained in the program, and what kind of things can you do now that you struggled with or that you just stopped doing?
Well, I think number one, I think that my overall body is stronger. So I could not walk up a flight of stairs without being like radically like winded, like out of breath. Now I'm like, I can fly up the stairs, which is odd because I'm not doing any exercising that would like that, but I can. So I know my legs are stronger. My arms feel stronger. I know, like, I've always had a real problem with grip in my hands. And that has pretty much gone. I still struggle a little bit with it, but overall, like, I can actually grip things, which if you know anything about certain autoimmune diseases, that's a real struggle for people with autoimmune diseases. So I'm just able to grip things better. I am able, through the exercises, well, I guess maybe they're not the movements that we do. Like, I'm amazed at how my body moves and how strong it is and how my silhouette looks in the mirror and all of those things.
Fantastic. I just love it. I'm blown away because it almost seems, when you're doing it, it almost seems too simple. Is that right?
Yeah, that's it. That's what I was saying when I thought, like, is this enough? Am I really doing enough? But I think we're led to believe by the diet and exercise industry that and it's a money-making thing too, right? Like, because they're trying to make money, that we have to put our body through radical stress, which when you think about that and you say that to yourself, like it sounds like, why would you do that? Right? Like, why would you put it under all of this stress? It doesn't actually do what it's supposed to do, like not long-term.
Yeah.
So.
Well, certainly not for women at our age and stage,
No.
right? And I think that's what makes the Reshape Method so different, is that it is for peri and menopausal women over 40. And if you're over 40, you are in perimenopause.
And anyone could do this program.
Yeah.
Like, I think that's the thing too, is I love that. And that's why I would recommend it to anyone, is because anyone, and let's face it, a lot of women in this stage of life, like you start gaining weight, you start, all of these things start happening and you feel like, what could I even do? Like, this is the thing that you can do. Like, there's no big barrier to entry like there are to these crazy programs that people would want you to do.
And when did you finish the Reshape Method? Because it's a 12-week program for people who are interested, but it's not a 12-week program.
Right.
Maybe talk a little bit about that.
And that's actually, because I'm like, gosh, when did I finish it? It was probably in the fall of last year that I finished it, or maybe a little bit before then. But I wouldn't say I finished it, because it's an ongoing thing and I would never be without it. I would never be without the routines. So when, like the movement things, all the things that I would never be without those. So I guess I'm not ever going to be finished with it.
And the members get lifetime access to the dashboard,
right,
and the bonuses and workshops that I do, because I want you to be doing this for the rest of your life.
Exactly. I wouldn't have even considered stopping. It would never have been like a consideration for me.
So what would you say to people who are on the fence, who've been like checking out the Reshape Method for a while, you know, following, if you go to the guide section of my Facebook group, Peri and Menopause Movement and Reshaping Club, you'll see lots of free exercises. I do workshops. I'm trying to spread the word that there is this radically different way that's actually simpler and smarter than anything else out there.
Yeah.
So for people who are sitting on the fence, what do you have to say?
Well, for people that are sitting on the fence, I feel like I've been in your position. You are at some point going to invest in something for your health. We all do. And I would just so strongly advise you to think about where you are right now, where you are in your life journey, what kind of pain you're in, what your body is telling you. Like, listen to your body. Our bodies are telling us that the way that we hear and the way that we see everything that people tell us that needs to be done, it's not the way. And you need to work smarter, not harder. And you need to slow down to speed up your progress. Like, truly, truly slow down. Give your body the love that it needs. And you would be incredibly amazed. Just try this program out for a couple of weeks and you will be amazed at how much better you move through your daily life, how much more present you are to your family, because you're able to move in a way that doesn't, cause you pain at the end of the day, doesn't make you wake up with pain at the end of the day. So I think that there would be a tremendous cost not to invest in this program. I think that the cost of living your life a way that is not conducive to joy and happiness is so much more to bear than investing in the program and changing your life and having such an incredible future to look forward to, where we can age audaciously, like you say.
Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for coming to chat to us today about your experience. We love having you in the program, and we really are, a sisterhood and a collective, because this is not just an online program that you buy and you're doing it by yourself. You've got group coaching. It's personalized and customized for people as well. And of course, you get lifetime access to the dashboard. But tell people a little bit about the community and about those group coaching calls. Even if you couldn't make them, right? They are archived.
Like, the amount of value in this program is insane. Like, there are group coaching calls, they're all archived, they're about all different types of things. You're always able to bring any issues that you're having, which I think you'll have very little, but sometimes when you're in a program, it's incredible to have a community that surrounds you and lifts you up. And that is exactly the type of community that you've curated for this program.
Well, thank you. Thank you for being a part of it. It's been absolutely lovely.
I love it.
Having you with us and having you stay with us on this journey. And if anybody is interested in the Reshape Method, in coming to join us, Jackie mentioned, come and have a taste. And so I have actually, because I get it. I get it that we are midlife women. I know you don't like to hear the word, but that's the truth, okay? And you've probably tried everything and you're probably a little bit jaded and you're thinking, well, why should this be different from all the other things that I've spent time and money on? And so I have set up a 10-day trial of the Reshape Method so that people can come and try it out and see if the magic works for them too. And for my birthday special, I'm offering 53% off the price of the 10-day trial until the 31st of January. And I will put the link in the chat. And I am also, let me just make sure I'm getting this right. Okay, so that's 53% off the price of the 10-day trial. If you sign up, now I know some people are like, because the program starts on a Sunday, and maybe Jackie can speak a little bit about that. Or I have new members starting every week and they're starting on a Sunday. So if this coming Sunday is not a good Sunday for you to start, don't worry. Sign up either from the link that I'm going to put below all these different lives, or just come to my website, tracysidercoaching.com, or message me and I'll send you the link. And if you want to have a chat first before you sign up, again, just message me, reach out, and we will set that up. But you can sign up and you can start any Sunday in February. And then for people who want to join the full Reshape Method program, I am offering until January 31st, also for any February start date, if you like, the 2022 price of the Reshape Method, because the price has gone up. I'm also offering you get 3 private sessions. When you buy the full program, I'm offering you a 4th private session, and you get 14 weeks in the group coaching. I'm offering you an extra 4 weeks in the group coaching, so that makes it 18 weeks. So anybody's interested in trying this out for yourself, just reach out, find the links below. I will be putting them there shortly. But maybe, Jackie, if you can tell us a little bit about like why it starts on a Sunday and whether or not that helped you progress through the program.
I mean, I think one thing I didn't hit on was how well the program is organized. And I think, you kind of, the way that everything is lined up, and it has to start on a Sunday. And I remember when I first signed, I had to actually start the Sunday after. So with the progression and the way that you go through it has to start on a Sunday, and everything is dripped out that way too throughout the course. And I actually look forward to my Sundays throughout the program. So,
because it's all about setting you up for success,
exactly.
Right? I'm not just giving you this program saying, good luck, right? There's consistency and accountability and support built in. And that's why that Sunday start is so important, because we're setting ourselves up for success on the Sunday. So
you do the prep work kind of to get ready to go. Totally.
Right. Yeah, which is so important as well. When you are a busy woman with a hectic job, right? What doesn't get scheduled doesn't get done. So yeah, amazing. All right, everybody, let's see if there are any questions. We can stay on for a minute. If anybody has got any questions for Jackie, I will check in the chat. Otherwise, is there anything that you want to tell everybody about your experience that we didn't touch on?
I don't think so. I just can't say enough about this program. And honestly, I just want to thank you so much, because I don't know, the stars aligned and our paths crossed, and I feel super grateful for that. And so, yeah, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you.
I would never have even considered something like this had I not met you. So I love it.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for coming to share your Reshape Method journey. and wishing everybody just a wonderful year. I can't believe that January is almost over. It's incredible. And I'm off to go and eat some birthday cake.
All right. Yes. Have a wonderful birthday.
Celebrations with my family. Thank you so much. And if you're not in my Facebook group, the Perry Ann, that's an ampersand, Perry Ann Menopause Movement Club Facebook group, come and join us, because we have phenomenal speakers coming in the group all the time, as well as people from the Reshape Method giving their personal stories as well. Plus, I'm giving out tons of free tips and movements. For those asking, I am starting up the Monday mini magic moves, which are 2-minute moves that I film every Monday that you can start weaving into your day for the rest of the week. So watch out for those. Those are starting again this coming Monday. All right, everyone, all the best. Bye.